Hello, welcome back. I'm Mark Leader. This is episode 3 of Farming Simulator 22, Umbreon Valley, and my quest to become a billionaire through passive income. So last time I built a industrial estate, which was kind of like my backyard. I've placed a bunch of solar generators, and that's making me anywhere between 30 and 80 grand a month. So as you can see, my bank balance is pretty healthy right now, 600,000. However, the machinery and things that I need to buy is very expensive. One of the ones I want to get is 750 grand. So I have skipped through quite a few months to get that money, and I've bought some products and machinery. So the main thing I really needed right now was this stump grinder, which I got on offer. Luckily it was like half price, so it cost me almost nothing. I bought this tractor because I needed something with over 150 horsepower, and there's nothing really popping up. This trailer you can see as well, I bought that. I reckon I'm going to need it later on, but right now it was too cheap to really pass up. So I'm going to head to my industrial estate and start de-stumping. Okay, so here we are. Now I've just got there's no stumps here because this used to be a field. This is where all the stumps are, and I still have deer. You know, I put these fences up to try and keep these deer out, but they don't care. And he just ran through the fence. Okay, so I guess that just confirms we really are living in the Matrix. That's going to destroy the gravel, so that's problematic. I'm going to have to go back and relay the gravel, which is painful since it cost me money. This seems to be doing the job pretty well otherwise, so you have to lower it and then run into it. And I've got to be careful not to damage any of my forestry panel, my solar panels here. It cost me 150 grand each. So my plan for this little area is I might build a few more solar panels. Not right now. I'm going to try and spend that money wisely at the moment. But what I am planning on doing is building a big barn, and then I'll use that barn to store some vehicles in for the next phase. I'm just going to carry on grinding these stumps down, and then I shall get back to you. Okay, so that's all the stumps done, or all the ones I'm happy to have removed. There's a couple around the back of those solar panels, but they're not really relevant. I think I'm going to hang on to the stump grinder because it's going to come in handy later, and since it was cheap it would be pointless to get rid of it, so I'll leave that there. Right, so I need to replace that gravel because it looks silly the way it is, and we are professionals here. I also figured out how to replace all of the meadow, because before I messed up, put all this as gravel and it looked really silly, and I tried to replace it and it just replaced it with mud. But yeah, there's a separate setting under the trees or plants section. It's not costing me too much more to replace these. In fact, it's costing me almost nothing. Oh, it isn't costing me anything at all. So I guess this, even though it shows as mud, it's still regarded as gravel. Now, I want a barn, or a place I can store my equipment when it's not in use, because we are in a place that you can get some pretty wild weather. Okay, so sheds is what I want. Here's a garage with a vehicle workshop, which could be quite handy. Well, that's annoying, because that would come in really handy, but it doesn't seem to rotate very well. Okay, so I bought the vehicle workshop, and I've got a pressure washer, and I went for this little red barn. I was a little bit annoyed by the fact that you couldn't change the colour of it. It would have been nice to have a different colour, but I guess you don't get that option on it. But it is probably the best size. I like this big door. I don't really need this tractor either, to be honest, right now, so I can park that up in the corner. Right, close that up. Oh, there's 4 doors. That's a very good feature. I like it. Right, well, I think that's enough work for one day. I'm gonna have a sleep, and I'll wake up in September. Alright, so I think it's time to go scout new land, which means I'm going to need a vehicle. This is like my dream car. So I'm going to drive this back The house sounds nice. Worth every penny of the 62,000. Time to figure out where I want to go. So for the next phase, I want to lay down some windmills. I'm interested in this as well. I think it's a swamp because this is a swamp just out the back of my place. So I'm going to go for a little bit of exploration. See how the off-roading capabilities are on this thing. Yeah, so it takes the hills very well. The only problem I could see though is trying to get all my machinery up here. Thinking about just chipping the wood, and to be honest with you, I don't really need to make money from selling wood now. I can passively generate it. This is cool. It's like a little cave. This is really cool. Man, that's cool. This is like a natural cave. Maybe not the best place to come and put windmills in, because I don't want to ruin this little area. Maybe the marshlands would be a better idea, because they'll be open, I would imagine. There won't be much trees there. I need to figure out how to get down from here without crashing my new truck. That's steep. It's very steep. Oh, it's lucky I invested in a good bumper. Clearly this truck didn't come with airbags. I've had less damage on this truck than I do my new tractor, and all my tractor did was drive around a flat bit of land. This I've just caved into a tree, and it's fine. So, buy this truck. So we have a proper road here. It doesn't seem like there's any other road users. And there's something over there. Gotta be careful because it does handle quite sketchy when you get up to high speeds. Oh, so this is where you pick up your animals. This is a really strange place for a livestock dealer. Well, I'm going to go back the way I came because I want to investigate those marshlands, because I think they will be the perfect place to set up the next stage of my renewables company, so I can get into the windmill farms. So the marshlands are just over this way, and I'm thinking that that ridge there would be a great... Wow, that was close. I think deforesting that would probably be a nightmare. I don't know how deep this water is. Okay, so it's not that deep. I wonder if I can get up here in the truck. Come on. Come on. What a beast. So this area would actually probably be fantastic for the windmills, just this ridge. All we need to do is deforest this area here and then just place the windmills along this ridge, and you're going to have lots of energy getting produced. And we could leave this marsh untouched because I'm sure there's probably a lot of things that live in there that will not be happy if I destroy their home. Probably not very happy that I'm just driving through it either. So it's 2 bits of land and they're very expensive. I could start off with that one. Yeah, because I could build a track round the back here. I think that would make the most sense. Yeah, so I'm going to continue heading south and see what that land's like. Yippee-ki-yay! Uh-oh. That went better than expected. I have to say, this map is absolutely stunning. I love these little sort of features, like this rocky ridge road. I mean, you can just drive around and appreciate this map. So we've got a little village here, by the looks of it. I think this is just production stuff though. Just going to quickly stop for a little bit of fuel. So that road just stops and you're back on a dirt track. Most of this map is dirt tracks. Now we have another ridge line here. I don't know how you'd get on top of that one. It looks like there's a possibility of getting around it. There's also, I want to investigate down here because there's a pond or a lake, or a loch as we call them in Scotland. I'm not really sure. Can you sell wood here? Oh wow, you just dump your wood in the water. So it looks like there's a road already that takes you up through the ridge line. Wow, this is bumpy. I think I still like the ridge that goes over the marsh. Oh wow, I did not expect that. Okay, so how this map looks on the map view and how it looks when you're actually driving around it, it kind of takes me by surprise, because that didn't look like a dip to me. Nope, that was close. That was close. I need to calm down. That is not what I was expecting. A lighthouse. What is the point of a lighthouse here? It's a cool feature though. This is a great view. Okay, let's head back down. Should I take the quick way down? Because I want to head to that island anyway. I want to see what that island is like. Okay, so I'm going to take the quick way down. Please do not try this at home. This truck has no business being this good. And I'm back to the road. I'm guessing this is supposed to be like a ford. You can't really make fords in this game. So the map creator's done a really good job. We have a fallen tree. Okay, so I'm going to try winching this tree out of the way. Now we pull the tree, It pulls my car, that's not good. Okay, so that tree is not moving out of the way. Now, well, lucky it is a four-wheel drive, you can just go around it. I had to deal with that kind of stuff in real life when we had Storm Arwen. And it's a pain in the ass. If you don't know this, Scotland is basically just a lot of back roads. Okay, so my plan was to turn this island into like a magical resort for people to come stay. I'm hoping that I can maybe put some sort of bridge down. I don't know how people are going to feel about coming here and then finding out they have to drive through a river. I mean, it's fine if you've got something like this, but imagine somebody shows up in their Ferrari. No chance, mate, no chance. You know, I can see room for some of these colonial houses by the water, and I don't need to deforest it too much. I just need to deforest enough. I want to keep a natural beauty to it, and at this point, that's like my stage 3 point, so at that point I'll have my wind farm, my solar farm, back to base. I didn't realise there was a fallen tree just before my my base of operations, so I'm going to clear this. Yeah, so if I buy all these roads, I can upgrade them as well, make them better roads. The car could use a wash. I like to have a nice gleaming car. Okay, so that's enough for one day. Right, so I got 50 grand for last month. It's still raining, which is kind of annoying. I'd hoped the weather would ease up a bit. So I am going to buy plot 50, because it's 90, just short of 100 grand. And it means I can get started on my windmill. And then I'm going to buy 49, which is, wow, that's almost 300 grand. And I'm not even going to be using most of that land. So I'm going to need a decent piece of forestry equipment. I'm going to need stuff to transport. I'm definitely going to need a truck. Right, so I think this is the best one to go for. 130 grand, I know that's going to sting, but that is what we need. So we want the Challenger colour with the blacked out wheels again. We definitely need all the help we can get with the tyres, but I think it only comes in wide. Now I need a low loader because I'm going to need to transport everything there, and most of the stuff I need is probably going to be really slow moving. The longest one I can possibly get. I wish I told you the exact length, because I need to get everything on it. I'm kind of edging towards this one just because I can change the colour. I'll go for this one, the drop deck. Blacked out wheels, that's probably a lot better. It's an extra 250 bucks, but I mean, that's worth it for the extra stability that's going to provide. Yeah, this will be perfect. So I'm just going to have a little sleep and rack up some money, and when I can afford to buy some more machinery, mostly I'll keep my eyes open on discounts for a forestry machine, because that's going to make everything a lot faster than cutting everything with a chainsaw. And then I'll load up the trailer and I'll end it there probably. Okay, so it's been a little over a year. The game hasn't given me any cheap forestry equipment, so I'm just going to have to bite the bullet, I think, and purchase a full price, I don't even know what you call them. I really need to learn the names for these things. Forestry machine, that thing, what we call it. And obviously I want one that cuts down the biggest trees. That does 71 centimeters. I think the best one to get right now is the one that's 80, that one. It is a lot of money, but what can you do? We don't need tracks. I think tires will be fine. So I'm going to load this up. I have no idea how this is going to fit. The tires are going to be hanging off. We should be able to fit. I would like to get my tractor on here as well. Okay, so let me unfold this, because I would really like to be able to transport everything. Here we go. Let me fold this back up. Right, so I think I might get away with that. Just like that. I'll go pick up the tractor. The interior of this truck's quite nice. I hope I've left enough space at my gate. Take it wide. Yeah, there we go. We'll get my tractor. This should fit on the back. I think I might have to reverse it up, and it might poke off a little bit off the end. Struggling, it is struggling. It is slipping, that is not good. This is trickier than I had imagined. But I think I'm on. Sorry, I'm going to have to bump you a little bit. I'd say that's on. That's not all on. That's closed. Look at that. Try to do a turn in this yard. Luckily I've left a lot of room. I'm all set for my trip up to my new land, start some forestry, and I'll tackle that in the next video. For now I'm just going to leave it here, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. See ya.